To tweak or not to tweak? That is the question. And what is this whole ideal thing all about? Is it just a gimmick to lure you into the fractal ecosystem? On the other hand, could it be a great feature that really comes in handy and is quite fun to use? We'll see. Yes, Jeeves, cue the flames. Daddy's feeling saucy. All right, guys, thanks for joining me for another episode. I hope you're doing well. So this is day 2 with the Fractal Axe-Fx 3. And again, I got to give my friend Jay a shout out. Thanks so much for letting me borrow this amazing piece of gear here. It's my first time, dialing stuff in on this thing. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. So last night I spent some more time with it and I created 3 new scenes where I used the ideal feature and I did some under the hood deep diving and kind of changed some things around and tweaked a bunch of stuff, and I also changed the effects as well, and I really think I made some good improvements here on my on this whole preset with some more scenes. So in a minute here I'm going to compare yesterday's scenes, which were my first ones I ever dialed in on this unit, to the ones that I dialed in and tweaked last night. I spent probably about an hour and a half on doing this, and I have a rule where I don't spend any more than 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes dialing in stuff, because there is a point where you get to diminished returns, and sometimes you go past that and you get to the point where you're like, everything sounds worse, and you can come down the next day with fresh ears that aren't fatigued and listen to what you did yesterday and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? And then you have to undo all that and get ear fatigue again and then continue to make more mistakes. So that's why I have a 20-minute rule. But I gave myself a little bit of grace because I'm still getting to know the product. So it's taking me a little longer than expected to get through all these tweaks. Now, that's not a diss on the product. It's just me shaking hands with it, getting to know it, and kind of acclimating to the different format that it has regarding tweaking stuff. But it is very easy to do. Now, all that being said, I can understand why people get lost in all the tweaking, because it's fun and there's a lot of things that you can tweak and manipulate, and you can really get lost in it. But I had to stay disciplined to not let myself get down that rabbit hole too far. And when I got up today, I checked everything that I did, and after a couple of fine-tuning things, I was like, I'm very happy with everything that I did. So let's go over to the computer now, and I will show you first my new scenes, and then I'll play each one for you, and then I'll go back to each one, and then I'll show you what I did in each scene to make it different. And then I will compare today's scenes to yesterday's scenes that I dialed in initially on the unit. And then you could be the judge on which ones you prefer. All right, here I am at the computer. So I have the Ideal Crunch, because I used Ideal, that's how I labeled them. So then I have Ideal Big Crunch, and then Ideal Lead. So let me show you what these all sound like, and then I will show you what I did. All right, that's a nice tight rhythm tone. So let's go to the Big Crunch, which has some chorus and delay. right, so that sounds pretty cool. A lot of chorus there. Maybe I can dial some of that out, but in my in-ears it sounds great, and on my studio monitors it actually sounds a little better. So I'll keep it as is for now. Again, these are quick tweaks that I did for about an hour or so on all three of these, and I'm still getting to know the unit. So now let's check out my new lead scene. Man, that was a lot of fun to dial in. So here's what I did. Let's go to my my crunch dealio here. So I'll go on to ideal. So as you notice up here, I have the drive off. I used the built-in boost, and I turned on the cut, and I left the fat off and turned the bright on. And that's pretty much what I did. I don't think I changed anything else here. And then on the preamps, I think I kept the tubes the same. I don't remember doing anything here, so we'll skip over this. You can change the boost level and stuff here as well. Neutral on the boost type. I could probably do something different there, but I kind of left it as is. Power amp, I did use the negative feedback a little bit to add a little bit of bite to the amp and tighten it up a little bit more and make it a little more aggressive, so that was cool. And trying to remember if there's anything else I did here. I don't think so. Power tubes, I went to the EL34s. And it felt slightly different, and there was a different kind of high, mid, top end thing that was very subtle but noticeable that went on, and I kind of liked it. I switched through all of them, and that was the one I kind of landed on, so that was cool. And power supply, I don't think I did anything there. And then speaker, I think there's like some kind of curves you can do here. I didn't mess with that. Input EQ is about the same. I haven't touched that. And then you have output EQ, and then you got dynamics here, which I haven't touched either. So that's what I did there. So now let's go over to the big crunch. So what I changed here is the amp is all the same. In fact, I did lower the gain down a little bit on the amp. I got it a little bit below noon, and it made it a little tighter. So let's go to the chorus pedal. So this time I switched to the triangle chorus, which I thought added some nice width to the sound. Let me play that again. As soon as I turned it off, it kind of narrowed the sound, and I turned it back on, and it got wider. So I really liked what it did. I could probably adjust the mix a little bit. Let's just do that now just for giggles. Let's see if I can balance it out a little bit. You know what, I think I like that a little better. It was pretty chorusy, so let's go ahead and save that. Maybe in a mix it'd be more appropriate. I don't know, but I do like that a little bit better. It was a little much to begin with, so but that was easy. And thanks to whoever told me in the comment section to use the spacebar to disengage or re-engage pedals. That really helped out a lot. So then I used this delay, which is an ambient stereo delay. And I really like that. So let me turn off the chorus just so you can hear the delay a little better. I kind of like this delay. So to me, it's got a little bit of reverb attached to it. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I just wanted to do something different for the video and show you guys there's other delays and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I did with that, aside from the ideal stuff that I did under the hood on the amp, but I already showed you that. So now let's switch over to my lead scene, and then with the amp on this one, I went down to ideal and I turned on, oh, where is it? Is it under preamp? saturation switch. I turned that on, and it just kind of filled it up, made it a little thicker, and I kind of like that because this is a lead preset, so, or lead scene or whatever. So I kind of liked what it did, and a lot of times I will use a sat switch on amps that have it, like Friedman's and stuff like that, for leads. So I figured, hey, why not? It's here, I'll add it. So everything else I think I left the same. So I did like that. Now the big difference here is, let's see, I also turned up the gain a little bit for leads because that's what you do. But the big difference here is the delay. This freaking surround sound delay, or surround delay, is amazing. I freaking love this. It's so freaking nice, especially for in and out stuff, like I'll show you in a mix in a minute here, but just check this out really quick. It's got this mountaintop kind of thing going on with, like, you can hear the echoes coming from all the other mountain peaks around you, and it just sounds like you're surrounded by all your notes that you're playing, and in a mix it just sounds glorious. So I really like that. I saw Leon Todd's video on that last week when he was demoing the new, I think it's called the AM4 or whatever, and he's like, yeah, that's the surround delay, and I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta get that. I mean, it was one of the best delay sounds I've ever heard. So I really dug that. So now what we're going to do is compare my yesterday's presets or patches or scenes or whatever you want to call them to today's. So the top row here, 1 through 3, are yesterday's. And today's are 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so I'll just go one for one. You know, so I'll do my crunch to the crunch, and then I'll do my big crunch to big crunch, and then lead to lead. So let's see what we have here, starting with yesterday's preset of the crunch. All right, so the ideal one is a little tighter and there's a little less low end in it. And I just think it's a little more appropriate for what I'm doing. And although I really liked the one I dialed in initially, there's always room for improvement, especially when you're comparing to the first preset you've ever made. So I might even tweak this one further. But anyways, that's kind of what you're looking at between those two. I think this one sounds, to me, a little better, especially for mixes. So let's go back to yesterday's Big Crunch and see how that compares to today's Big Crunch. I like both of those, but I do slightly prefer the new chorus on today's, and the ideal settings on the amplifier a little bit more too. So let's check out the lead one. I bet you this one's going to be a pretty big difference. Here's the next one. Yeah, I very much prefer the new one. I think it sounds, the delays just sound amazing. The amp sounds a little smoother, and I think there's a little better feel with it as well, and I bet you that has to do with the sat switch that I engaged. So I really prefer this delay setting a lot. This is like my new favorite delay of all time. This is amazing. So now let's compare the new lead scene to yesterday's and see how that sounds in a full mix. Okay, so let's get started with the comparison. So the first scene you're going to hear in this mix is the one that I originally dialed in yesterday. now let's hear the second scene in a full mix. Now, if you ask me, that sounded absolutely beautiful. It just was more musical. It just had a softness to it, and it just sounded glorious. I mean, it just added this big presence to the lead, and I really love doing stuff like that with leads that are kind of in and out, and that's why I picked that solo section to show you that, because the repeats were just really nice. They're just flying around like birds over your head, you know, repeating all the notes that I did. And I really thought that sounded amazing. It just had this nice majestic feel to it. Now the other delay is fine. I mean, it sounded great yesterday, but hey, everything sounds amazing until you find something that's a step above it, and then all of a sudden now that's your new favorite. So I really like that delay. I recommend that you try it for your leads, maybe your cleans and whatever else. I mean, it's very, very cool. So now let's see how that whole thing sounds in a full mix with a solo that doesn't have a bunch of in and out stuff to it. Let's just see, I'll just play one of my typical mixes. Now, it's going to be weird because I don't have a foot switch here. So I got to switch patches while I'm playing with my hand here. So it's a little strange, but so I'll probably have to hold some chords while I do that. But it is what it is. So let's just hear what it sounds like in a full mix with both or all three of the scenes here. So here we go. Well, that sounded amazing. I really enjoyed playing that mix a lot. That was a one-take mix, so warts and all, there you go. And I thought the delay sounded amazing even in that context, just like it sounded really good in the in and out type stuff I was doing prior to that mix. I think it's very appropriate either way. So it's a very versatile delay. I bet you it sounds amazing with cleans as well. Can you imagine a clean sound with that? I definitely have to dive into that sometime. So yeah, I just really am having fun with this thing, and I think the deep dives are fun and they're easy to do. And yes, you can get lost in it, but I just think it's up to you how disciplined you want to be with it. So am I going to further tweak this? I mean, yeah, I probably will a little bit. There's still some stuff I'm hearing, especially with the chorus, it's really good, but it might be a little too chorusy, so I might have to adjust the level. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll listen to the video after I'm done editing it and go, no, it's fine. It's freaking perfect. So, but yeah, I mean, I might do some fine tuning. You know, obviously it's still a new unit to me, but I would think after a couple of weeks with this unit, I should have some really solid presets that I would definitely just set and forget and never have to tweak again. So the learning curve is still a thing with me right now, but I'm really enjoying it, and a lot of the software on it is very intuitive. As long as you learn the language and you kind of learn how it flows, and there's some shortcuts that you learn and all that, I mean, it's very easy to do. And the thing is too, is it's fun. Like, I had fun dialing in all this stuff. It wasn't frustrating at all. I wasn't pulling my hair out, just, you know, pounding my desk and like, oh, why can't I do this? It's all very easy to do. So hats off to Fractal for creating software that's very easy to use. Because, I mean, after all, if it's not fun, you're not going to do it. But the caveat to that, if it is fun, you're going to do it too much. So that's where the whole discipline thing comes in. But anyways, well, I'm really enjoying this unit, and my Helix is actually on a truck near my house right now. It's on its way here, the Helix Stadium, so I'm going to be unboxing that and doing a video with that probably later today as well, so I can't wait to get that here. But so far, I'm really enjoying this Fractal product. It's really, really cool, and for the first time using it, I think things are going very well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and yeah, take a look at the settings I used in here if you like some of the settings on the amp or the effects, and try them out for yourself and let me know what you think. Well, thanks to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers. Really appreciate you guys. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss upcoming episodes or live streams. And I want to thank everyone who's been purchasing all of my preset and profile packs for all the digital platforms out there on my website, linked below, tonewars.com. Really appreciate you guys. I've extended my Black Friday sale, so a lot of the stuff that are my top selling capture and preset packs are still on sale right now, so go ahead and get some for yourself, and I know you're going to dig them. Well, I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.